Wow. So, the earliest I remember having friends, like I guess any of us, right? We're what, pre-K, kindergarten, right? Just playing out in front of the house or the apartment or the park. Uh, when we were kids, it just seemed so easy. You had friends. I have all my friends, all the friends, right? What's up, everybody? You're watching Wellness Week Live. I am your host, DJ Tony. How you doing? I am a DJ, not a DR. So always check with healthcare professionals. I'm just talking to you, me and you. God darn it! All right. So, how you doing today? By the way, how's your day going? Like shit? Perfect. Mine too. No, just kidding. Well, hey, look. I mean, how are you doing? By the way, go ahead, say it. Just say it. Say it. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. All right. Well, look. It could be better. It could be worse, right? I try to be the guy, the glass half full. You know what I mean? It could be worse. You could be in the Ukraine getting bombed. So, but okay. So let's talk about friends on this episode of Wellness Week Live. And don't forget, please like, subscribe, share, please subscribe. I got to get my numbers up. All right. So friends. Now, this episode really, I'm talking more to guys out there. I mean, I understand women need friends too, and women have issues. I get that. But overwhelmingly, us guys, we struggle more with the friend thing, especially after high school or college. Us guys, I don't know, we lose it. And it's bad because it's an epidemic and it affects your quality of life and your health. And so going back to what I was saying, right? Remember when we were kids? You just like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You had friends left and right, right, guys? I mean, hey, I'm talking to this one, I'm playing ball with that one, I'm going here. You're playing tag, you're running around. You had friends galore. And then what the hell happened? You turned 22, 23, 24, 25. By 30s, I mean, and you ain't got no friends. What happened? And I think women do this better than us. They have support circles of friends and acquaintances better than us guys, and that's I think the reason why they live longer. Aside from women don't do stupid shit, but generally speaking, us guys are always taking stupid risks and stuff like that. But that's another show. Anyways, back to the friend thing. So yeah, I think women have stronger social networks than us guys, and we need to start taking a page out of the women's playbook because it benefits them and it's hurting us that we don't. So what happens? Why don't we, you know, have friends after a certain age? Like typically it's after high school, college. We don't make new ones. If you have the friends, it's the old ones. So I also want to talk about how to make friends after you know 25, 30 years old. So I think what happens is, and us men, like I said, it hurts us because it's a thing that can really bring depression and loneliness, and we have an epidemic here. So let me ask you the question, guys. Do you have a friend now, listening to me now? Do you have a friend? And I'm not talking about, yeah, I got a guy at work. Yeah, I say, how you doing? He says, how you doing? He's a friend. No, I'm talking about a guy friend or friends that you can call and that you do call and speak to and meet up with if they're not too far away, that you communicate with in some shape, form, fashion, or way weekly, that you can say, your hardships or your problems or your hurt, your pain, your laughter, that you can share stuff with on a weekly basis, whether it's through a phone call, through text, and preferably face to face. That's the real, moneymaker. But so do you have a friend? Do you have someone? And if you don't, I feel bad for you. The good news is you can change that, But okay, so I think there's a reason why we, as men, as we get older, we don't have friends. And I'm going to jump around a little bit here, but I think us men in America and in the greater world, we're taught to be, you got to compete and you got to fight and you got to fight and everything's a competition. You got to fight. And I get it. I'm not saying women don't have that, but generally speaking, no, it's more of a guy thing. And it's not implicitly taught, but it's, taught by osmosis. I'll suck it up and we're going to fight. And I gotta be the richest guy. I got to be tough. Everything's a pissing match, and that doesn't really lend way to making friends. That lends way to competition. What does he want? I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't trust. And I think that is our detriment here, especially in America, that when we were younger, we didn't have that. We just played, hey, you're my friend, and then we're taught that, you're my enemy. We have to fight. We have to compete. And competition is good, no doubt. But when you have no friends, you're at a weaker hand. And I think you hear people say, especially in my circle, they'll be like, "Well, I used to be friends with that person, but they pissed me off, or they did me wrong. What did they do? Did they kill your family? No, well, they said something, and oh, here we go." And that's the other thing I think us guys do. We set a bar so high. Well, if you can't be my BFF, if you can't be my best friend, then I don't want to talk. Whoa, okay, hold on. It's nice to have a best friend, but by the way, you can have different types of friends. Okay, I have friends I have some really, really tight, good friends that I can cry in front of, that I can say I love you, I can say I miss you, and then I have friends that they're acquaintances. I get together whatever once every 2 months, once a month. But my friend schedule, I make it a point to connect. So not everyone has to be a best friend. And so what? They pissed you off. They made a white lie, or they don't show up on time all the time, or they're not super dependable, or they got a smoking habit, or it's if they're a decent person, it's worth hanging on to that person and worth having a friendship. Again, I'm not saying call them every day, but if you got no friends, again, an acquaintance is better than nothing. And of course, it'd be great to have a best friend also. But even best friends, look, we're not God. We're not perfect. We're going to let each other down, but that's okay. We're human. So guys, you got to get out there, and we have to make these friends. So, I think that if you don't have someone that you can say, hey, dude, I miss you, man. How you doing, bro? Like, love you, man. Love you too. Like, I have that, thank God. And that's not by luck. That's by design. I design that for myself. I put the time and the effort in to have those friendships. And I got, 2 or 3 guys that I can say that, hey, man, I miss you, or I can cry in front of, or I can laugh in front of. And you might say, oh, you're crying. Well, if you laugh, that's an emotion. Why isn't that a weakness? So my point is, I have tiers of friends. I have those friends that, yeah, I can, tell them what's going on in my life and ask for advice, like, hey, what do you think? Like, if you don't have a friend like that, you're going to get one. Don't worry. And then I have friends that, hey, we talk about the Yankees, talk about the Mad Boy, and that's fine too. But you have to be intentional about it, and we have to be intentional about it. We have to reach out, and that's what I do. I literally have one friend of mine, and his name is Tim, and we literally on our calendar, we have it just, autopiloted in. Once a month, we get together, breakfast or lunch, boom, hour or two, and that's that. Great guy, love him. Are we the most bestie friends ever? No. Maybe we will be. Maybe we won't be. But that's okay. Like, we enjoy each other's company, and my point is, it's the mechanism, it's the intentional, aspect of it, and so and I met him through church, by the way. So how are you going to meet these friends? We're going to get into that. So if you don't have friends, what can you do? And so it's important to have that person. And by the way, you could say, I got my wife, or I got my wife, she's my everything. I got my wife, I got my boo, I got my girlfriend, I got my boyfriend. That's nice, and you should, but you need more than that. You need more than that. And your wife too. Your wife, she needs more than that. You can't have any one person be your Jesus. That's not fair to that person. Again, that's great. You have your wife, God bless. And then, you need to get somebody else, or acquaintances, just people that you can get out with once a week, or talk to on the phone, or text, or share a funny meme with. That's important. It's good for your health. It's good for your mind, your body. Because guess what? Someone's going to die first. You or your girlfriend, you or your husband, you or your wife. So, and again, you shouldn't be making friends just in case. Don't do that. But meet people where they're at, and you need to foster that. It's important for your health and for a quality of life. I'm not even talking about longevity, but so I want to touch on this. So it's funny because the whatchamacallit, what I was going to say is that growing up too, like, I saw it in my own dad. My father, great guy, good husband, good friend, but my father has no friends. And my father, growing up when I was a kid, he had zero fucking friends. I mean, nothing. And that's his choice. That's not bad luck. It's not everybody sucks out there. That's a loser mentality. Okay. And so my father never had friends. And, you can say, well, that's his choice. Okay. But you know what? My father, when he lost his job and he had to get another job, he had a very, very hard time getting a job. You know why? He had no friends. If he had a friend or two or three or four or five or six acquaintances, guess what would have happened? He would have had an easier time finding a job or even maybe a better job. But when you have zero friends, your network, the safety net, it's not there. So if you and I both have the same job and we both lose our jobs, but I have 10 friends and you have none, guess who's going to have an easier time finding a job? Me with the 10 friends or the 3 friends or the 15 friends, whatever. You know what I mean? So, and again, I'm not saying make friends just so, in case I lose my job, but making friends for your quality of life, your health, and not everybody has to be your best friend. I'm not saying that. And I think my father, like many men, once he got out of high school, it was just, I got married, got the kids, and that's a convenient out, but that you can't put that all. My father, I think, would have been a better father if he had friends. He would have been a better husband if he had friends. He didn't, and I get it. Some people like to be a little bit more, on their own. That's fine. And again, I'm not saying have somebody, up your ass every second of every day, but you need friends. And now let's talk about how we're going to find friends. My father was never active in the community or the church or anything. He went, he worked, he paid the bills, decent guy, good dad, and came home. That was it. No coaching little league. That's fine. You don't like sports, but no volunteering at the church. That's fine. You don't love Jesus that much, but no, volunteer anywhere. No helping out. Again, if you asked him for help, he would do it. But and this again goes back to, that's how you find friends. That's how I found my recent friend, Tim, relatively recent friend. I mean, we've been friends for about 10 years, but I'm pushing 50. So I met him when I was about 40. And how did I do that? I go to church and I talk to people. How you doing? Like, oh, there's coffee and cake later. I'm going to go and meet some people and just, I don't know. Again, you don't have to be the most friendly person, but you make new friends after high school and college by going to church, going to synagogue, going to mosque, volunteer firefighter, volunteer ambulance, volunteer at the hospital, volunteer at the library, volunteer coaching. There's so many opportunities, go to the gym and take the earphones off and you might talk to somebody, and you can't say, oh, I got the money. It costs nothing to volunteer somewhere. You know what I mean? So it's important for your health. It's important for your sanity. You must, it has to be like medicine. You must find a friend. I'm not saying it has to be a best friend, but that's how you meet people. You rub shoulders. You know what I mean? If you have money, you join the country club, whatever. You get into a cycling group. Now with Facebook and Instagram, there's so many community groups you can join. And I'm going to be on Facebook. You don't have to be on Facebook, but you just get the account and you see what's going on in your neighborhood. And you join, oh, wow, I like cycling. I'll join a cycling group. It's free. You know what I mean? So guys, that's how you're going to do it. You like cigars. There's a cigar night in your neighborhood. Join that group, find out, get out there. It's important, and I get it. A guy, he's happy being in the mountains by himself. I understand that. But God made 99.9999999% of humans, men, to be in community with each other, to be friendly with each other. You got to get out there, guys. You got to do this shit, man. And so that's how you make friends. Now, I want to say that, but I think a lot of it is how we're conditioned, like girls can just be like, hey, I don't know you. And I just met you here. Well, let's go out for coffee. Girls can do that. Guys, forget it. A guy can't be like, hey, dude, I don't know. Hey, let's go out for coffee. There's this weird kind of like, guys are afraid. What are you, sissy? What are you, sissy? Well, I'm not like that. I don't know you. Get out of here. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? And it's so sad. It's just like, dude, what? No, I'm not saying walk up to a stranger in the street and say, I want to get coffee, but hey, you're at church, you see the person every friggin' Sunday for the past 3 years. How you doing? Hey, let's get together and grab a bite or grab a beer or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and I think men have this phobia of sissiness. Let's just put it that way. Like, oh, I'm no sissy. I'm not. It shows like we want something that we're weak. Like I desire friendship. I don't need anybody. I got my wife and kids. I got everything. Yeah, okay. Like cut the shit. So I think us men are worried about the way it looks, like that. And it's not manly to want to hang out and be friends with somebody past 17 years old. And what are you, weird, man? It's so stupid and immature. But we live in this society again where we're curated to be an island. I don't need anybody. Pull yourself by the bootstrap. Yeah, I'm a tough guy. Like we don't say it like that, but that's and I think that comes because men are afraid. Many men are afraid. They're insecure. They're afraid people might talk about me, talk about me. Like, I don't need anybody. It comes down to you're afraid and you're insecure. That's what it comes down to. I don't care. You're a billionaire. It doesn't matter to me. You're afraid and you're insecure. And that's why you're not making any friends past high school or college, period. And you can't say, oh, at the time. Come on, guy. You're the only one with a job and a family. Cut it out. And again, it affects your health, period. You need to get a friend. You need to get friends. You need to get acquaintances. You need to get out there. So yeah, I think that's a big, big problem. And I think a lot of times too, guys will poach off of their wife's friends or their girlfriend's friends, like, and that's fine. I guess better than not having anything, right? But I mean, it's important to foster those friendships and not take them for granted either. Like, you may have friends and you haven't spoken to them in how long? 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months. Shoot them a text, like, "Yo, what's up, man? Just thinking about you." Or if that's too sissy, be like, "Yo, what's up?" "Hey, what's up?" "I'm good, man." Or I always forward my friends funny memes. My friend Mike and I, it's like nonstop. It's a form of communication. You know what I mean? But things like that. It doesn't have to be crying on each other's shoulders every moment. And the other thing I think guys do is this, right? Us guys love this one, and this is okay, I guess. I got two sets of friends almost, like the manly tough guy friends where like you get together and you bust each other's balls. "Hey, what's up, you douchebag? Hey, you piece of shit." Hey. And that's insecure people's ways of saying, "I love you. I miss you." Women don't usually say that. Women will be like, "You look amazing. I miss you, honey." But guys are like, "Hey, you fucking piece of shit. You goddamn bum. Go over here." Hey, high five or pound, whatever. It's kind of immature, but it's better than nothing, right? You're getting out, you're connecting now. And then I have my other group of friends where I can say, "Dude, I miss you, man. You look great, bro. How's it been going? How's it going?" And we can laugh, cry. "Yeah, man, I got this problem. What do you think, dude? Give me your advice." So two types of friends, and that's what I have. And unfortunately, I think we've been conditioned like that in America to more often than not is to be the first group of friends where it's like, "What's up, you piece of shit? Yeah, frig, hey, oh, hey, you look like crap, man. How you doing?" Like, it's passive aggressive ways of showing affection. But I think hopefully age doesn't equate maturity, but hopefully with some age you guys can be like, "What's going on, dude? Hey, I miss you too, man." And it's fun to bust balls too, but that's how us guys do it, right? And it's not a bad thing, but better than nothing. But yeah, it's important to be able to actually talk to somebody too, and say, "Hey, you need that friend." It doesn't have to be a best friend. I've cried in front of acquaintances and be like, "Oh man," and I ask them for their advice. But I get it. It shows weakness. And men are afraid to show weakness because we're conditioned to be like, "Oh, you gotta always be on guard." And the irony is, when you show weakness, you show ultimate strength, and through weakness, you form a weld, a bond with people. Now I'm not saying be weak to everybody and anybody, but again, people that are not axe murderers, that, this person goes to my church, my gym, we talk, we've been, been chatting for a couple of months, a couple of weeks, they seem decent. You got to take a relative risk. You're not gonna die. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. In a way, it's like a death. We're afraid of rejection. Men are afraid of rejection too. And I think that's the thing. When we're children, we don't have that in us. We have no fear when we're children. We can make friends and lose friends and make friends, but then, you become an adult male and you get jaded, you get hurt, and it's about covering your ass. You don't want to be hurt anymore. So and I think that's what my father's problem was. My father, as much as I love him, I think he's an insecure person right across the board. And I think that hurt him in his life. And he's still alive. You can say he's a great guy, but he wasn't able to, and is not able to, make close friends because he's a very guarded person, because of his insecurities. And that's not my problem. That's his problem. I can't live his life, but I've learned from him indirectly through that. And, I see that. I don't like that. That's the one thing I maybe don't like about my dad, that's, I'm going to change that. So for me, I reach out, I show weakness with appropriate people, and I'm not scared to get burnt and try again, whether, anything in life, including friends. So, but I want to tell you one other thing that, and I just past my mind because I'm getting fucking old. Holy shit. How old are you? I'm 49. Sagittarius in the house, baby. I was gonna say, us men, we need to do stuff, right? Guys just can't get together for a coffee. We got to go. Hey, we're going hunting. Hey, we're going to the game. Hey, we're in a softball league. Hey, we're gonna fix this car. Hey, come on, and that's cool. But it's like I got friends like that too. Like if we don't do something, like compete somehow or fix something, like then we don't get together, and that's okay. But you really, I think, need also friends that you can just grab a beer with or grab a coffee with or grab and you got to do it once a week, even if it's just for an hour. I get it. You're busy. We're all busy, but you got to make that time. And it has to be someone in addition to your wife or husband or boo, it's that important, it really is. It's a team effort. And you can't put everything on everyone. You can't be like, you're my everything. You're my best friend. That's all I need. That's not mature. That's immature. And that's wrong. It's not fair to the friend. It's not fair to you. Anyways, so I don't know. I mean, I hope you have friends. If you don't, now you know how to make them. You got to get your ass out, and friends are not the people you play video games with online. Those are not your friends. And they may be your friends, but that's not friendship. Friendship is face-to-face. Friendship is breaking bread. Friendship is talking about very serious topics privately, sharing things. Friends is laughing. Friends is talking about bullshit stuff too. But you're really, if all you got is the internet and I'm playing games with my friend and he's in Alaska and I'm here in Jersey, we never met, but yeah, he's my friend. We're playing video games. I mean, it's better than absolutely nothing, but that's not a friend. That's not even an acquaintance. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get out. You got to get out, go out to eat a lot or go to your church or synagogue or mosque or the gym or, the dog park if you got a dog. You know what I mean? Like you got to get out. And once you do have those friends, you got to stay in touch with them, not just play video games with them. Like shoot them a text, man. How you doing, man? Like good, man. Offline, so to speak. A phone call. Like these are the things that matter. So yeah, like it's important for your life, and don't take it for granted because you might say, "Oh, I'm doing fine now. I don't need anybody." Famous last words, but. Again, you do you. You know what I mean? I want the best for you. You deserve the best. Our bodies, our minds are Ferraris. We put premium fuel in the Ferrari mentally, physically, spiritually, nutritionally, economically. So anyways, that's it, folks. I wish you love. I wish you the best. Hey, I miss you. I love you. I wish you the best, bro. Okay. And you see that now I told you that. Okay. That's not being a sissy or mushy or weak or, I think true friends, a real man who's confident. If you're not, you can work on it. But, telling someone, hey, dude, missed you, man. How's it going, bro? That is important. And if you don't say it, it's more an indictment against you, like look in the mirror, and again, you can do it. I have faith in you. Your life literally depends on it. The quality of your life depends on it. You deserve the best. And I want the best for you, dude. Okay, so that is it, folks. I am signing off. Don't forget, share this goddamn podcast with somebody. We got to get the numbers up. All right, everybody. Thank you. I wish you love. I wish you the best. And ladies, if you're in the boat too like that, like everything I said, you can cut and paste that to the ladies. But typically it's us guys. We act like boys. All right, everybody. Thank you. Like, subscribe, check back. We got some more great shows coming up. And I'm out of here. I'm Tony. Hey, forget about it. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.